first time I saw him was in Sunday school, but the first time I talked to him was at family home evening, and that's kind of embarrassing, but I mean, we are a single sport success story.
We're a little ashamed to say that. In fact, we've tried coming up with other stories and, you know, maybe skydiving or something like that.
It works, I guess, and
we were just in the auditorium eating donuts off strings, I think is what the activity was.
I thought he was kind of a smart aleck. He came up and he was like, well, I noticed you're not wearing shoes, and I was like, this guy thinks he's hilarious.
She had this little attitude thing, you know, and I'd say something and she'd snap right back, and she was very quick and witty, and I remember that left a really big impression on me.
He was cute. He won me over.
Talked for a little bit and didn't hear from her for a long time after that. So. The day she said she could go happened to be the week that I was supposed to be in Lake Powell. And I love Lake Powell, but I stayed home just so I could go out on the date.
He called me and said we should go to a Bees game, and I was thinking like, oh, this could be totally awkward because I hate baseball. It's super boring.
She doesn't have that long of an attention span, so we were there for about an hour, and she kind of, I could tell, was getting a little antsy to leave.
And the baseball game ended, and he was like, do you want to go hike Ensign Peak? And I had never done that, and I was like, yeah, let's go.
Took a walk up there and hung out there for a while and talked after the sun had gone down. We went there for a while, and then
we were just looking around, and the whole time we were just talking about everything, and I was just really stunned that it was just so easy for us to talk, and instantly I felt like we were best friends and like we had known each other forever. And
it was a really, really cool first date, and it left a really big impression on me.
We just really clicked, and I remember sitting at the top of the peak and thinking that this might be a bigger deal than I thought it was going to be, and maybe I was in trouble because I started to really like this guy.
And although this boat is steady now.
Right after we started dating, he went to Lake Powell with his family, and he left, and while he was gone, he called me. One of the nights there was a meteor shower going on, and I was laying in my backyard and he was on his houseboat.
We were watching this meteor shower and, you know, counting them and making wishes and all that.
He was wishing on all these stars that he could see, and he wouldn't tell me who he was wishing for on all of the stars.
So after I came home, we went on a walk and through some kind of pond area, like a little park at night, and we got to the end of a dock, and she asked me what I had wished for.
I have to know, like, what was so important that you wished on all those stars? And he said, do you really want to know? And I was like, yes! And
so grabbed her and I kissed her right there, and it was a really good time.
He was like, that was what I wished for, and I was like, that was really cute.
She said, what took you so long? And I said, it's been a week, calm down.
That was our first kiss.
So we had this kind of thing with shooting stars, you know, that was something special to both of us, and it was late one night and I told her that, you know, it was getting late, and I said, hey, could you sneak out tonight? There's going to be a meteor shower. And I was like, a meteor shower? That's kind of our thing. And so we hiked up to the top of this mountain in the middle of the night. It's really funny, it was cloudy that day. There's no way that you could have seen any shooting stars, but she didn't really understand what was going on. And we were looking down at the Draper Temple, and it was beautiful, and he said that if he saw any shooting stars, he knew what he would wish for. And I said, I hope we can find some shooting stars tonight. And I gave her a hug, and I used a little laser pen and signaled my friend down some bushes, and he shot off some bottle rockets. And they shot across the sky just like shooting stars, and it was amazing. And I was like, what was that? And it scared her to death. She jumped and grabbed me and said, what was that? And I said, I think that must have been our shooting star. And I got down on one knee and I proposed right there, and she took a step back and said, you kidding me? And then I freaked out a little bit and didn't know what to do, and he was like, don't you want to see the ring? And I was like, oh yeah. And I was totally flustered, but I definitely said yes, and it was perfect. Tell me why you weak, grasping for my knee. marrying somebody always seemed like this really scary thing for me. But I noticed that when I thought about it with her, it was very calm, and it was comforting. I felt like I could do everything I wanted to do in this life if I had her next to me, and that I'd have no reason to be afraid or scared of any problems that might come our way, that we were good companions, and that we'd help build each other up.
I love what I am when I'm around Greg. I love that I become something that I want to be when I'm with him, and I think that I see our future together, and I see incredible potential, and I see happiness forever, and I think that's what's really important, and so I'm really happy and I feel really lucky.